We've been stuck, and we've been lost. We've had things break in places where no one was coming to help us. And every single time, we either had what we needed in the rig, or we didn't. This is everything we carry. The gear. Not the dish soap, not the extra blankets, the stuff that actually keeps us moving. So let's get into it. If you're new here, we're Gord Mary-Ann, a couple from Northern Ontario who travel in a 2007 Overland truck camper we call the Bee, and towing in behind is a 2003 Jeep TJ. We've run BDR routes through several states, crossed into Baja, Mexico, and driven remote forest roads in Northern Ontario in January. The gear list you're about to see was built by doing these things. Some of it's been on the rig since day one, and some of it's earned its spot the hard way. In this video, we're going section by section. Recovery, communication and navigation, power, tools, Jeep specific, safety, camp gear, and camera gear. By the end, you'll know exactly what we carry and why. Recovery gear. If you're leaving the pavement, this is a non-negotiable. We carry a 6-ton heavy-duty bottle jack and 6-ton jack stands. And yes, we've used both at the same time. More than once. A kinetic recovery rope. This is different from a tow strap. It has stretch built in, which means it doesn't jerk the vehicle. It recovers it. The Bee also has a winch mounted on the front. We've used it. It's not just there for decoration. Traction boards. Traction boards are a must for everyone. We also carry a rechargeable Milwaukee chainsaw and a shovel. Because sometimes what's blocking the road isn't mud or sand, it's a tree. And a shovel is useful in more situations than we can list. A pole saw is on the list of things to add. We've been on enough trails now with low-hanging deadfall to know we'll need it eventually. And fire extinguishers are in both rigs. That's not optional. Electrical fires happen. Brush fires happen. Being able to respond to one before it becomes a bigger problem is worth the space. The Bee is also set up with an onboard air compressor and a 2-tire inflation system. Airing down for a rough trail makes a significant difference in both ride and traction. Airing back up for highways gets you moving again without stopping to unpack a portable unit. It's built into our rig for a reason. Communication and navigation. We run a Garmin GPS as the backbone. It's dedicated, it's reliable, and it doesn't need cell service to function. We also have a Garmin InReach. And this is the one piece of gear we would never leave home without. The InReach means we can reach someone if we're in trouble, and our family knows we're okay, even when we're nowhere near a signal. When you're in a canyon or deep in the bush, that matters more than anything we can explain. For trail navigation specifically, we run a rugged tablet loaded with both Gaia GPS and Onyx maps. 2 mapping platforms on one device. Trail conditions, land ownership, road classifications. Between those 2 apps, we've rarely been caught off guard by what's ahead of us. We have Starlink flat mounted on the Bee, and that keeps us connected for work, weather, research, even when we're parked in remote areas. And we also carry an FM radio. On active logging roads, that radio tells us if there's a loaded truck coming around a blind corner before we'll ever see it. And that's not a small thing. Power and electrical. We have 1,000 watts of solar on the Bee and 400 amp hours of lithium. That system runs everything in the rig. The 12-volt fridge, the diesel heater controls, charging stations, and our lights. The inverter is a fully installed component of that system, not a plug-in add-on. It handles anything we need to run on AC power. We added a 12-volt air conditioning unit this year, the AutoQuit Pro Summit 2. so be sure to check out that video. My laptop is our biggest single power draw. Remote work doesn't stop because we're in the bush, and videos still need to be made. Thankfully, our power system handles it nicely. For additional portable power, especially when the Jeep heads out on its own, we carry a Bluetti Elite 100 V2 portable power station, paired with a Bluetti 200 watt portable solar panel. Both can move between the Bee and the Jeep as needed. The Bluetti Charger 2 is also installed in the Bee, a 1200 watt dual DC charger that handles both alternator and solar charging, so we're refilling the system from multiple sources while we drive. For cold storage, we have a 12-volt fridge built into the camper and a portable set power fridge freezer that moves between the Bee and the Jeep depending on where we need it. One fridge stays, one travels. Between them, we've never run short on cold storage. Tools and vehicle maintenance. Now, before anyone says, oh, just the basics. No, Gord is a licensed automotive heavy truck and coach mechanic. So when we say tools, we mean tools. The kit includes all the basics, like a measuring tape, a hammer, wrenches, sockets, screwdrivers, pliers, and a torque wrench. But there's also a small dedicated electrical kit, rechargeable drill, rechargeable impact driver, compact rechargeable shop vac, and a solar system repair kit. We carry an oil change bucket and the wrench to go with it. We've done oil changes on the side of the trail and we'll most likely do them again. For trail clearing, the rechargeable Milwaukee chainsaw lives here too. It's not used for recovery, it lives in the toolkit. Extra fluids and filters, oil, coolant, brake fluid, the full list. We've needed them. Being hundreds of kilometers from the nearest parts store with a slow leak and no spare fluid is a very specific kind of frustrating. Zip ties, electrical tape, duct tape, grease gun, diagnostic tool, and headlamps. I'd like to say we carry everything but the kitchen sink, but you've seen inside the camper. We carry that too. Jeep specific gear. The Jeep gets its own section because it serves a specific purpose. It goes where the Bee can't, and because of that, it has to be completely self-sufficient. Like the Bee, it has a winch mounted on the front. Traction boards too, because some of the places it wanders into are deeply inadvisable, and optimism only gets you so far. A portable air compressor lives in this rig exclusively. The Bee handles its own airing up and down with the onboard system. The Bluetti 100 V2 and the 200 watt portable solar panel transfer over from the Bee when needed. Off-grid power shouldn't be exclusive to camp. Same goes for the set power fridge. It moves over for longer days out, carrying freeze-dried meals and keeping things cold if the day runs longer than planned. And we carry a tent, sleeping pad, and sleeping bags on board. That one raises some eyebrows. But if you're going down a trail and something goes wrong, mechanically or otherwise, you might not be driving back to camp that night. Having the ability to sleep where you are safely isn't assuming the worst. It's planning. A first aid kit, a real one. A lighter in the glove box and a fire extinguisher mounted where you can actually grab it. And a compact lithium jump starter. Small enough to live in the door pocket, strong enough to handle a cold start in conditions that will absolutely kill your battery. We've used it, it works. These are so small, there's no excuse not to have them. Now you're probably wondering, what about a toolkit? Now at this time, we don't actually have a dedicated set of tools for the Jeep. But every time that we head out onto a trail, Gord kind of looks ahead and plans what sort of tools he thinks he needs to bring with him, and he'll transfer those over from the Bee. But a dedicated toolkit, that is definitely in the works. Safety and emergency. This is a section most people skim when they're building a gear list, and we're asking you not to. Gord and I have both completed advanced first aid, not a basic one-day course. When you're potentially hours from the nearest hospital, you need to be able to manage a real situation until help arrives. We'd recommend it to anyone spending a significant amount of time on the road. Fire extinguishers are in both rigs. We mentioned them in recovery and will mention them again here because they belong in both conversations. We also carry a roadside safety kit, reflective triangles included. Most people think of those as highway breakdown items. But if something goes sideways on a remote forest road and you need to make yourself visible, they matter just as much out there as they do on a divided highway. And if you're heading somewhere genuinely remote, no cell service, no other traffic, no one who knows exactly where you are, a Garmin InReach is worth serious consideration. We covered hours in the navigation section, but it earns a mention here too. It's not a must-have for every trip, but it is a should-have for the ones that count. And we have what we call the grab bag. If we ever have to leave the rig in a hurry, this bag has what we need: important documents, medication, cash, a phone charger, a flashlight, and a change of clothes. It lives near the door and it doesn't move unless there's an emergency. Camp gear. The stuff that makes you actually want to stop somewhere. 2 camp chairs, comfortable ones. After a long day driving, your camp chair is not a place to compromise. A folding table. Simple, folds flat, goes everywhere. A flat top grill. Because on a nice night, cooking outside beats cooking inside every time. A rechargeable portable fan. Mostly used inside the rig, but it travels. An axe and a shovel. Firewood doesn't split itself, and a shovel can help level the rig. Leveling blocks, because no one likes to sleep crooked. A propane fire pit is on the list. We don't have one yet. Campfire bans are common enough in the summer that we're overdue for one. Now for the water toys. 2 inflatable kayaks and 2 inflatable paddle boards. A fishing rod and a small tackle box. We travel in a truck camper, pulling a Jeep behind, and somehow we still fit all of this. We're still not entirely sure how. Camera gear and production gear. This is the last section, because we get asked about this almost as much as the rig itself. We shoot with 2 DJI Action 5 Pros. They go everywhere, including on the Jeep, mounted to the rig, or hand carried on trail. The DJI Osmo Pocket 3 is our go-to for handheld cinematic footage. Smooth, compact, and the image quality is excellent. For aerials, we fly a DJI Mini 4 Pro. If you've seen the wide shots of the bee on trail or in camp from above, that's where those come from. We also carry a GoPro 360. That one opens up perspective options that other cameras can't match. We used to carry a GoPro in an underwater case for those snorkeling shots. But you all saw what happened to the GoPro. For audio, we run 2 DJI Mic 2 transmitters, so both of us can be mic'd independently. And Hollyland Lark M2 mics is a backup and a secondary system inside the rig. Audio is half the video. If you're just starting to build a camera kit, get your audio sorted before you upgrade the camera. We learned that the not-so-easy way. On the production side, we have my laptop that runs DaVinci Resolve, the studio version, headphones, a microphone, battery pack, SD cards, and portable hard drives. Every piece of gear on this list has a story behind it. Something that happened on the road that told us we needed it, or something we almost didn't have and got lucky. The list changes. We add things, we take things out, we argue about weight versus value, but the core of it doesn't move. If you carry something we missed, or if you've got a question about any of this, let us know in the comments. We're genuinely curious about what other people have in their rigs. Links to as much of this gear as we could track down are in the description. We only link things we actually use. We hope you enjoyed seeing all the things that we carry in the rig. We'll see you on the next one.